My name is Teresia Wawero. I'm born again. I'm a born-again Christian. I'm 61 years. I'm married. I have 6 biological children, 3 boys and 3 girls. I am the founder of Heritage of Faith and Hope Children Home with my husband. I got saved when I was 15 years, and I wanted to be a nun. But in the process, when I went to Form 1, in the Christian Union, I got saved, and all things were turned around. And after Form 4, I got a job with a national company. It was an insurance company. And I worked there for 17 years. And I was employed there when I was 19. And being the firstborn of a family of 6 children, I was responsible to take care of my siblings. And so I trusted God that I would like to help my family, and I would like to build my life. And my faith, I had decided, I had told God that I want to work for 3 years, and after 3 years, I get married. So God honored my prayer. And after the 3 years, I got married. Exactly 3 years, I got married. And from there, I worked tirelessly, and still getting my babies. I didn't rest. And after 17 years, the company went under receivership. It was closed down by the government. And this time, when the company was going under receivership, I had a mortgage, I had a cooperative loan. My husband was working there as a commission agent. It was very hard to think that my husband doesn't have a job, I don't have a job, and I have a mortgage, I have a cooperative loan. And I was just counting that our firstborn was in standard 8 then. I had 5 children that time. And so everything was not working out for me. And I remember in 1996, that was July 15th, I think 16th, I appeared in the Standard newspaper protesting, raising my hands like this and protesting that it can't happen like that. And because I was feeling as if it is the end of the world. I was protesting that I had invested all in that company, and we have been sent home without money. We were sent home without our pension. We were sent home without anything. And so I was counting, I have a mortgage, I have a cooperative loan. I was counting on the things which were around me. And so I was protesting against Omodibago. Then he was the registrar. So I did like this, and I was just caught up by the camera. And we demonstrated in the street for 8 weeks. And after 8 weeks, I felt in my heart, I don't need to continue being here. We were calling it solidarity. I don't need to be in solidarity again. And I told God to give me something to do with my heart. It's a long story, because before I reached there, it was a long story. Crying, being rained on in the street, moving around, being beaten by police because they don't want us in the street. But I reached a point, and I told God, God, give me something to do with my heart. And I promised God that I will touch a life. That was my commitment. I told God, please give me something to do with my heart, and I promise that I will touch a life. And I thank God that I woke up one morning, and in my heart, I had an idea. God had put an idea in me, and I knew very well that this is God, because it was an idea that I have never seen it with anybody else. God told me to go and sell meat. And I went to Kariobangi North, Kiamaiko, and I bought 10 kilos of goat meat. I had 4,000. And I packed 1 kilo, 1.5, 2 kilos, and I put it in a bag, chondo, on my back, and I started hawking, house to house. Then I was living in eastern of Nairobi, an estate called Harambee Estate. And so I started with Harambee Estate, selling meat house to house. From there, Buruburu, Jericho, Uhuru, those are the neighboring estates. And I sold and I made a profit. The second day, I woke up and I spoke to my day. And I told my day, today I must make this amount of money. And I went to the slaughterhouse, I bought my meat, and I packed well, and I started hawking. I hawked house to house. From house to house, I went to kiosks and I sold. From kiosk, I went to restaurants. And my first big order, I was given by a restaurant along Tomboya Street. And there's one thing I believe, if I come to your house and you accept to buy from me, I know that the grace is flowing. So I knew very well this is what God wanted me to do. So I sold a whole goat in one of the restaurants along Tomboya Street. And I entered the next one, and I was given about 5 whole goats. No sugar in the country and there was no rice. So I was going there and people were asking me, can you bring sugar for us? And my slogan is, there is no impossibility in my life. So you ask me, can you sell for us sugar? I say yes. So I'll go to Nyamakema, I look for sugar, I look for beans, I look for rice, and I put it in a mkokoteni, and I bring to my customer, I sell, and I get my money there. Maybe in the 50 kilos of sugar, I'll get 1,000. In 50 kilos of rice, I'll get about 1,500. By the end of the day, I have made my 4,000. From the restaurants, one day I decided, why don't I go to YMCA and see whether I can get an order. I went there. That was the greatest challenge I met in that business, because they asked me, what kind of meat do you sell? I didn't have an idea what to say, because I thought meat is meat. That's what I thought. But I didn't know that meat has got names. So at the back of my mind, I said, I don't want to lose this opportunity. Let me ask them to give me their catalog. I go, quote, and then bring it back. And that is exactly what they did. They gave me their catalog. I went with it. And I entered into a butchery, and I asked them whether they have that kind of meat, because some names, you see a name like striproid, that is not English. And fillet, I never knew what is fillet. Lamb steak is not something that you can just interpret at a glance. So I went to the butchery, and that man referred me to Bama Market, whereby I found that there is a meat market. And I went and requested people, can I get this meat? And they referred me, go to stall number fulani, you will get that meat. Go to stall number, you get strip loin, you get fillet, you get lamb steak, topside. Like topside, you ask yourself, top from what? Topside, top from what? And I quoted and I was given that tender. You know, when God is speaking about your beginning, He's holding the end. He knows all that which you come your way. Because I was given that tender, I entered the next hotel, United Kenya Club, I was given. I entered YWCA, I was given SEK Guest House, I was given just like that. And I started supplying in a big way. And I was supplying in the morning and marketing in the afternoon. We didn't have phones then. Mobile phones were not there. There were no motorbikes that you can pack your meat and tell him deliver to such and such a hotel. No, you pack your meat, you put in a chondo, you go literally deliver and then come back. You go to get the orders very early in the morning, you get the orders here, and then you go back to the butchery, you pack and then deliver. It was very hard. But I thank God that He gave me favor. I give God all the glory. He gave me favor because I got some orders with Catholic institutions in Karen. And I was walking from Bomas of Kenya to Kalen, the other side, looking for orders. And during supplies, I will do the same. I will walk with my load, supply there, and it was hard, but one thing I was very sure of. God told me to go and sell meat. I will do it. And 1 year down the line, I had made over 300,000. When I found how the business is going, we joined hands with my husband. We agreed that this is what we are going to do. And we started employing people. We employed 2 people, a girl and a young man, so that they can help us in delivery. You can deliver YMCA, you can deliver United Kenya Club, I can deliver the Karen side. And God gave me orders even with Catholic University, whereby I was supplying over 500 kilos, one delivery. And 2.5 years, I was able to, we went to DTW, we bought a pickup, and God released us from the challenges of being caught by police and being put in. And we thank God that we got a pickup, a KAL 122R. By the time we were buying the pickup, it was after 2.5 years. And after buying the pickup, we did a lot of marketing, Kenya Airways canteen, we did a lot of marketing. We were able even to supply far and wide, and in bigger institutions, Sarit Center, those big names. And we thank God that I started thinking and sharing it with my husband that we had agreed that we will touch a life. And that is when I started mentoring women from our church about business, that you can start a business with little amount of money, and when you are committed, you can make it. And after that, I shared it with my husband. My husband was a youth pastor, and we started bringing the young people to the butchery. And because our greatest challenge was that we were not skilled. We started giving them skills of how you can buy your meat, get T-bone from meat, you get strip loin, you get mince meat, you cut, and we trained them and we gave them employment. And from there, we showed them how they can keep their accounts in order to know whether they are making profit or they are not. And if you want to work with us, you continue with us. If you want to go on your own, we didn't have any problem. We had a butchery in Bama Market. And in the process, we bought our own store, about 150,000. And after that, I decided, as much as it is given to you, much is expected. So we started feeding children from the street. And that was the greatest fulfillment, because I used to work in Harambee Avenue. So I started feeding children from that big car park along Aga Khan Walk. And I fed the children with the help of my husband. And after feeding the children, I shared it with my husband, and I told him, we are giving these children just a meal, not a future. And we talked, and we agreed that we can start a home. So, and I went back to the street, and I talked to the boys and girls, and I asked them whether they want to leave, to leave street. And they said, yes, can we go and live with you? And I told them, let me go and talk to Father, we call him Father, and see whether we can get somewhere for you. And after we talked, we came to Mombasa Road, and then we went to a place near EPZ, and we found a school which was not operational, and we started the home there on 30th. House was not complete. It didn't have doors, it didn't have windows, it didn't have a gate, and the floor was not done. So we moved it there, and we were paying 20,000. We were cooking from outside. We didn't have electricity. We didn't have water. We were getting water from Kenchik Farm. And after we settled there, June 2003, there are people, Christian entrepreneurs, they heard how we started the children home, how we started the business, and how we started the children home. And I was invited to attend a conference in America to go and give my testimony. And when I went there, I gave people who are from all over the world. So I gave my story. I was given 10 to 15 minutes. And after I gave my story, that is where God connected us with a family which was selling meat in America. And that is why I usually say that when God is speaking about the beginning of anything, He's holding the end. He knows all that will happen on your way. So this family invited me me for dinner. We sat down, we talked, and by then we had 50 children. We agreed that they are going to support us with $2,000 every month. That was about $150,000 every month. And I was humbled, and I thank God that it has been a journey of faith. And I came back, and we stayed, and we started telling people that we are there, and the home continued to grow. Children are going to school and coming back. Mororongo has a big challenge of HIV and AIDS because of the things which goes on there. And 2005, that family decided to come and see what we are doing. So they came and found the children are sleeping 2 and 3 in one bed, so congested. We had 70 children, and they rented a bigger house for us, a 33-roomed house, which was now under construction, and the owner finished it for us. It was a 3-story building. He was paying $82,500 every month. We had electricity, we had running water, and it was spacious. We had a fro for boys, and a fro for administration, fro for boys, and fro for girls. And on top of the building, we were holding our Sunday service there. So the same year, 2005, the government, we thank God for them, through Mavoko Municipal Council, they gave us this piece of land, 3-acre land. Faith is a substance of the things hoped for, evidence of the things which we have not seen. So we were given this piece of land, and 2007, the same year, 2005, we started our own primary school. Why? Because the children were being abused, called chokoras in the school, and so we thought, let us land somewhere, and we start our own school. And we decided to integrate our children with the children from the community so that we can bring up children with the touch of the outside world. So we started our own primary school. 2006, we met the Kenya Airport Authority, and we thank God for them. They came, supported us with the food and a little amount of money. And 2007, they came over, and they gave us $750,000. And such kind of money is not money to buy food, it's not money to buy clothing. We decided to come and invest in this piece of land. We fenced, and we started this dormitory behind me here. And the money got finished. And 2009, we were celebrating our 7th anniversary. So we invited Kenya Airport Authority, we invited other corporates, churches, and partners of the home, and we raised $1 million. And $1 million, we did the foundation. That was 2009. And 2 months down the line, the family from the US decided to do a fundraiser for us. And they gave us $10 million. They did it from there. That was kind of money. We were not even able to mention it. We were just trying to say 10 million. You are holding your mouth like this. You can't mention it. And we did the ground floor and the first floor of the building behind me here. And we were working very hard with the help of our manager. Our manager was an engineer. And we have a board of directors. The chairman then was a civil engineer. So with the help of those 2 men, we did the ground floor and the first floor, and the money got finished. And from there, we decided that we are going to continue with praying and waiting upon God. And somebody gave us 1.7. Just like that. We continued, and that money got finished. Somebody gave us 2.8. And when we are still doing that, a family from the US came and did a borehole for us. And they could not be able to give us a pump. So we visited Davis and Shatreef, and they gave us a pump for free. Faith is a substance. And we continued, and other people were buying doors for us in a small way, and we did a slab on top. Other people came and did a towers on the ground floor, and we thank God that we were able to reach a stage where the house was habitable, and we moved in the year 2011. We had a slab on top. Ground floor and first floor was about 80% complete. We had water, we had electricity, and from there we settled here. 2012, February 27th, the family from the US lost their father through cancer, because that was the disease that we were fighting all through since we met. And he died, and the family was feeling that they will not be able to continue. But I thank God that they visited 2013, and they invited me to go for another fundraiser, whereby we raised money to do the walling and the roofing of the second floor. And 2015, they started showing that they want to leave. And 2017, they came over, they did this basketball court. And that is the time they exited. And we thank God that he upheld us. It was not easy. I will not say that it was easy. By then, we had many children in high school. We needed to pay school fees. We didn't have any other income. And we thank God that we started small projects, because we have been doing income generating projects since we started the home. So we increased and we continued. And immediately they left, we started a project of pigs. And the pigs gave us an upper hand. And we had cows, and we were collecting garbage for our neighbors. We were selling water to our neighbors, and we started chicken projects. And by doing this, we were able to put a meal on the table. By the time they were exiting, the family from the US was exiting, we had a plan of doing a kitchen, because we have a very small kitchen, temporary kitchen. And we had a friend who had visited the home, and he came over with the Lions International. There's a MML, they are Mentors Management Limited, and the Lions International, the Dagreti branch. They came over and proposed that they want to do the kitchen and the dining. So we have a construction which has been going on since 2017, 2018 there. And the kitchen is about 70% complete. There's another company that proposed that they want to give us equipment. So we have modern equipment. And we thank God that God has been sending people to come and stand with us. And it has been a long journey, because we have now the cows. We sell milk to our neighbors. We have chicken, broilers, and kienyeji. We have goats, we have pigs, we have ducks, and we have hardware, a small hardware, whereby we get, if we don't have this thing, we can go and get some money there and buy that thing we don't have. We have a small retail shop, and we do security. We secure gated community estates. We do cleaning, and we correct garbage for the gated community. And we do all these things to put a meal on the table. And what I usually say is that it has taken the hand of God for us to be here. And God has given us favor. At the moment, we have 133 children from this home. And we have exited of 100 children through employment and through university, some of them through university, some of them working for big institutions. And we have, like now, we have about 50 in high school. We have about 20 in university and colleges. And we have now the primary school children. And we have reintegrated them with the children from the community, so they feel that they have. Because our desire was to give these children the quality home, so that they can feel that they are at home. And I count it all a blessing to do all that we are doing. And with the help of the community around us, they have been so supportive. They buy from us. Whenever I am stuck with my chicken, I just send it to the WhatsApp and I tell them, come buy chicken so that I can be able to support your children. And they exactly do that. And I thank God that it has been very positive. That is briefly about Heritage of Faith. Not without challenges, because like now when we need jobs, our exit strategy for these children is employment. When we need jobs for these children, to exit them. When we don't have jobs, we keep them here. When we get jobs, we exit them. We have, like now we have one of the boys who have done leather technology. He's here. We have attached him to be at the hardware waiting to see what will come up. We have another young man who was in Mombasa. He's a statistician. He was on a one-year contract with the government in Uwezo Fund. He's coming back. We have a number of children all over, and they need to be employed. We have those who are leaving Form 4, and after Form 4, they just need jobs to go and be self-reliant. And our strategy, we just exit our children on employment. And we thank God for all that has been happening. We have challenges about paying the teachers and paying the workers who are working within. But every day we see a miracle, every day we count a blessing, and we thank God that Kenyans have learned how to support. Because we have seen many people, especially at this time of Corona. I was saying that after Corona, I will write a book. Because God has been sending people to bring food. When it was very hot, when it was very bad, people were dropping food at the gate. And since then, people have been bringing food. It has been like Christmas time. And we thank God that these children has been well fed. They have never missed school. They have been school. And we give God all the glory. We have a tale. The number is 49-41-14. It is in the name of Heritage of Faith and Hope Children Home. And it will help us a lot. If supported, we appreciate a lot. Because we have electricity to pay. And we, like 2019, for about 5 months, we didn't have electricity. Because it was disconnected. We had a big bill, and about 600,000. And a company within this area came through for us, and they gave us 1 million shillings. We cleared the bill and we repaired our pickup, which was grounded for a period of time. And at the moment, we are about 70% solar. So we have a small bill to pay, especially when there are crowds. We don't get solar to pump water for us. So I would request the people of goodwill to stand with us, to support us, so that we can be able to support these children to go to their destiny. We no longer rehabilitate. We are doing orphaned children. And that's why we support them, to connect them with an employer, so that they will live a normal life like any other child.